So we'll move to the last slide. Okay, now, NOACC marketing plan. If NOACC does, anything, if NOACC does anything right, it has to be to deliver the message in the market to every single business of why it's so important for them to join a local chamber of commerce regardless of size, period. That's a message that you and me have difficulty delivering because we don't have the budget to deliver that on a regular basis. However, and not that NOACC has a big budget, but NOACC can take some of those dollars that is earned through our relationships with our corporate partners, our vendors, and put it towards a message of why it's important. So you're going to start seeing that. You're not going to see all of a sudden, everything on TV like McDonald's. I mean, we can't do that, but we can do local advertising that's very targeted, where we emphasize that message of why it's important to join your local chamber of commerce. Now, I want you to really think about this. We represent collectively over 30,000 businesses. There is not an organization that I'm aware of that can make that statement where it has that, at least in this Northeastern Ohio, that can represent or touch 30,000 businesses. Who knew that? The community doesn't even know that. I'm not sure most of the people sitting around here realize that. So when you really think about that, and you think about taking that message and that, and getting it out to the market and giving small businesses what they need to help them grow or reduce their costs, it's a very powerful message, and it's a way to help you generate new members. Now, why would that be important to them? Goes back to what was said. Okay, you're a small business, you come into a local chamber of commerce, now the local chambers are growing, more people now are getting access to these programs that the vendors are supporting. So they see their growth through potentially reaching more small businesses. If we grow from 30,000 to 40,000, great. That's 10,000 more potential customers that our vendors can touch that they hadn't been in the past necessarily. That's what we deliver to them, our vendors. That was a subtle message to our vendors as they're sitting here right before we start to talk to them over the next few months. So there's our pitch right there. But, and then you're going to see our website is going to be dedicated. So what we want to do is, most of you can't go, I'm familiar with the Cleveland Plain Dealer. I'm not sure some of the other big publications. You can't splash an ad in the Cleveland Plain Dealer and expect a small business to come jumping to the local chamber of commerce. It's not going to happen. But there are local publications that cover a nice region. For example, Lake County has a Tri-County Business Journal, which, is read by a lot of people in that area. We have things in our market that are read by a lot. That's where you're going to see NOACC spending its marketing dollars to help you grow your business. So what you're going to see from NOACC is a request from you to help us identify those publications or those media that will help get the message out to small businesses in your area. And we're going to want you to really think about this from not the standpoint of no offense, but not suggesting that we sponsor the local softball team. It's not what we're looking for. Or the little coffee news. A lot of people have coffee news in there. It's going to be something that draws, that you know as yourself as a business professional, that you look at, that people always tend to go to, businesses. That's where we like to try to advertise the message, in a sense. Now, when that message is delivered, it's going to be delivered from the standpoint of, and I'll tell you right now, why you should join your local chamber of commerce. And there was always a concern and feedback that NOACC was trying to brand itself. NOACC is not going to try to brand itself going forward because NOACC's brand is us, period. It's the local chamber of commerce. But NOACC and Anthem, who support a lot of that, should be branded. So it'll be a message, but you will see brought to you by NOACC logo, Anthem logo. It's only fair that those who support it get recognized for supporting it as well. So that's an example. But the primary message will be join your local chamber of commerce. Yeah. Well, we're gonna send out a request to you to help us understand that because we don't know. I mean, depending on where you are, some of us can list one or two publications right off the top of our head and say this is one. Then we have to look at the costs, et cetera. I mean, we don't have an unlimited budget, but we did put together a fairly significant budget to be able to do this. So, we're going to have to do it so that we can share across the entire region. You'll see probably after our next meeting. Within the next 30 to 45 days, you'll probably start to see something come out. Once again, I mean, you know, we're sharing this with you today with the fact that October is a launch for everything. It's not to say we won't start promoting this prior to then, but kind of pinpoint October when we see you all again with your bright stars, you know, celebrating that and our 15-year anniversary as the most appropriate time to launch all this in terms of a campaign. And plus, it allows us an opportunity to get your feedback and tweak it in ways we need to. Okay, does it seem pretty good? You think it's going to be something you want to see in October? Well, it came from you, so thank you. I mean, you told us what we should focus on, and that's what we did, so we thank you very much.